Alan, there's a documentary on Netflix called LA 92, and I've been watching it recently, and it kind of talked about the LA riots that came after, the Rodney King verdict, and then they flash back to the Watts riots in 65. And, I wondered, there's obviously a pattern here. Does this end? Does this continue? Do you think we'll see reforms? What do you see?
I see reforms. I hope there are reforms. I hope that police officers, particularly of the kind represented by the main defendant in the Minneapolis case, are better screened and not allowed access to force. Training has to abolish chokeholds and knees on necks and all of that. We need to begin to use far less lethal methods of arrest. By the way, we shouldn't even be arresting people for passing $20 counterfeit bills. We should be giving them a summons, taking their driver's license if they have it, telling them they have to appear in court, but there's no reason for $20 to have to handcuff somebody, hold them down on the ground, and put them in a police car. So I think lots of reforms are overdue, and we're going to see lots of changes in our society as a result of the coronavirus. We're going to start with the smallest things. I'll probably never shake another person's hand in my life. Handshaking, I think, is over. The elbow is coming in. No more hugging. I think Zoom conferences, less travel. We learn from experience. I wrote a book called Rights from Wrongs, a secular theory of the origins of rights, in which I argue, and I think persuasively, that most of our rights grow out of a recognition of wrongs that we've experienced over time. Freedom of speech grows out of the experience we've had with censorship. Racial equality grows out of the experience we had with slavery. Human rights law grow out of the genocide of the 1930s and 1940s. So I think we learn from experience. Experience is the basis. Oliver Wendell Holmes once said, the life of the law is not logic, it's experience. And I think we're learning a lot from the coronavirus. The first piece I wrote about it was believe science, but be skeptical of scientists. And we saw scientists made so many mistakes. In the beginning, they said masks don't work. In the beginning, they said coronavirus is not transmitted by aerosol or by air, only by touching. Now we're having debates about people who are non-symptomatic and how contagious they really are. As a person with a family, I resolve all doubts in favor of caution. But that we need to have the information, and we need to have information that we can trust. And we live in a society now where we can't trust. There are so few people out there we can trust. I remember when Walter Cronkite was the major deliverer of the news, and he looked you in the eye like your great, wonderful uncle. And when he said something, we believed him. We trusted him. I can't think of people today in our society who invoke that sense of trust. And I hope we can restore that someday.